It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Worldwide Sports Radio presents the Haystack Show. With Mike Guido.
And here we go. It is a Tuesday, and it's the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, WorldwideSportsRadio.com. Mike Guido, Evan Mazza, Monica Ray, great to have you in. I haven't had a bug flown in my face in a while, so since I got here, I've had no bugs, no nothing. Maybe they're wheeling the equipment out of here, so maybe that means we'll be in good shape. But it's great to have you in here on a Tuesday, absolutely loaded. Speedy Petey at 12:30. We play What Are the Chances at the end of the show today. It's going to be a jam-packed Tuesday. But first, I want to start with this. And there's the bug. I jinxed myself. There it is. There we go. The devil bug. Boy, oh boy. How are you, Monica? Are you okay?
I'm doing good, thanks.
Yeah, you had a busy day yesterday, though.
I did have a busy day. I showing houses like mad.
And you look cold.
It's a little, you know what? It's a little chilly in here. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's the temperature, the climate in here. It's hot. It's not.
I know.
We had to open the door to get some freshness in here, and hopefully the fly will fly out.
No, it won't. It'll just stay here because it apparently likes my scent, and all the babies that it has also likes I'm like the aromatherapy that you throw on your belly before your baby comes before you give birth to your baby, so that baby automatically has like a connection to that smell.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's like playing Mozart or something like that. Did you ever do that when you were pregnant? Did you ever do stuff like
music,
that?
Yeah.
So
music for the babies.
Did you play was it like classical music, like Beethoven, Mozart?
A little heavy rock I snuck in there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Some five-finger death punch and stuff like that?
Stuff like that, yeah.
Metallica, some...
Yeah.
I don't know. What's another, like, heavy metal rock band, Evan? You look like you're a heavy metal rock guy.
Disturbed?
Disturbed? Okay, there you go.
They're coming to Jones Beach.
Disturbed, yeah. You know, Disturbed actually does a rendition of Sound of Silence,
right,
which is fantastic.
It is.
It's great.
That song always makes me sad, though.
Sound of Silence?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a happy song.
No.
It's not but the way that Disturbed does it, it's very it's almost triumphant. Yeah. It is a lot like that. Yeah, you feel like you're going to run through a wall.
I like
after
that
you
cover better than the original.
No, I do too.
What's your favorite Disturbed song? Mine's is Stricken.
I don't listen to Disturbed other than that song. I just know that Disturbed. That's the thing, is I'm not into really hardcore heavy metal like Five Finger Death Punch. I think is really good too. But Remember Everything by Five Finger Death Punch is maybe one of the greatest rock songs of all time. Like, it is so incredibly powerful and good. Anywho, let's jump right into this. So, Chiefs obviously win the Super Bowl, and we hear this all the time about how, the NFL is a copycat league. That every team has to copy each other. We all think that the latest trend in the league is whatever team wins the Super Bowl, they have the blueprint, right? They've got it right there. They've got the blueprint. We said it about the Patriots for years, and everybody tried to copy the Patriots, and they never could do it. They never could do it. Nobody could ever beat them still, because the fact was the Patriots didn't have the blueprint. Okay, the Patriots... We all thought that they did, and people were saying, oh, well, the Patriots have the blueprint, and nobody can do it better than the OG. Nobody could do it better than the original. No, it isn't because nobody could do it better than the Patriots. Of course nobody could. But that's because the Patriots never had the blueprint. The Patriots were the anomaly to the NFL. Okay, what the Patriots did is not how teams normally win Super Bowls. They just don't. They came up with their own formula that worked for them. Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time. Tom Brady is not in my eyes, but in 99% of people's eyes, the greatest quarterback of all time. Okay? What they were able to do was not a blueprint. It was they were the anomaly. They figured out their own formula, and it worked. And it worked for 20 years. I can't explain to you how. I'm not that smart. But that's what they did. From 2001 to 2019, the New England Patriots were the greatest team in sports history. They were. Okay? It's the longest running dynasty I've ever seen in my life. Seriously, almost my whole life, the Patriots were dominant. I don't know of the Patriots not being dominant. Okay, so this is what we're thinking now. I hear everybody on sports radio, I hear everybody in sports media, I hear everybody on social media saying, the Chiefs, they've got it. That's what you got to do in this league. The great quarterback, great coaching, air the ball out, big explosive plays. That's what's winning in this league. No. No, you're sadly mistaken. The Kansas City Chiefs do not have the blueprint, okay? The truth is that there is no blueprint, okay? There are trends in the NFL that often work, but there is no blueprint that automatically leads to championships, okay? The way the NFL is working today is running the football, playing hard-nosed defense, playing keep away, controlling time of possession, creative offensive scheme. That's what's winning in today's league. Okay, most of the teams that have, that are really good run the ball really well, right? I mean, I think, what was it, 10? It was like, I want to say like 8 or 9 of the 12 playoff teams were all in the top 10 in rushing. Okay, it's not by coincidence. They all can run the football because that's mostly what works. San Francisco was second in the NFL in rushing. Okay, the best team with the best record in the NFL all season, the Baltimore Ravens, were running the ball at a historic rate. That's not made up. Running the football is working right now. Isn't that the one thing the Chiefs really couldn't do consistently? I mean, the Chiefs ranked 23rd in the NFL in rushing. 23rd. They were almost in the bottom of the league in that category.
The top 10 of rushing offenses in the NFL were the
Ravens, Niners,
Titans, Seahawks, playoffs. 5 was your Cowboys at 5, Vikings at 6, playoffs, Colts at 7, Bills at 8, playoffs, 9 at Texans, playoffs, Cardinals at 10.
Okay, so what is that, 7? 7 out of the top 10 teams were in the playoffs.
7.
I mean, and then I think the Eagles were like 11. I think the Packers were
15.
Right. So all of those teams were in the top half of the league, and then it was, I think, New England and then Kansas City. But either way, the Chiefs don't have the blueprint. Okay? They, all year, were the anomaly to the NFL. Okay? Patrick Mahomes was so great that it didn't matter it didn't matter when he played running football teams. It didn't matter. Okay, the Niners got away from their game plan because they needed to control Patrick Mahomes. Okay, Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes never strayed away from who they were. They didn't pretend like they knew how to run the football. Okay, Damian Williams had a nice game in the Super Bowl. Okay, if it weren't for that 38-yard run, we might not be saying that he deserves Super Bowl MVP, but he had a 38-yard run, and he ended up having a real nice game. He does that from time to time, but he's not consistent. Okay, I still think the Chiefs should, find a way to draft a running back or something along those lines to actually maintain some sort of a bell cow running back, take some of the pressure off Mahomes, but let bygones be bygones. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid have nothing close to a blueprint. They found out a formula for themselves. Okay, there is no blueprint in the NFL. There is none. Okay, there are trends. There are trends to what works. Okay, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, they're a big play team. Not a lot of huge, big play teams exist in the NFL. Okay? Most of the good teams run the football. The Chiefs primarily don't. The Chiefs don't have the formula. They're not going to win the Super Bowl every year. It's going to be something completely different next year. Okay, we're assuming so. The Chiefs could win it next year, even though I don't think they will. But there is a chance that a team with a completely different identity wins it next year. And everybody's going to jump on that bandwagon because that's going to be the hot topic. That's going to be the flavor of the month. That's all it's going to be. So slow down on the formula, slow down on the, what wins in the NFL, slow down on the blueprint stuff when it comes to winning Super Bowls. The Chiefs were they had the anti-formula. What worked this year in the NFL didn't win the Super Bowl. The Chiefs did. There is no formula. There is no formula. They figured out something that worked for them. Coaching was off the charts. Andy Reid got his due. And like I said yesterday, sometimes in football, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's any given Sunday. It is, honestly, by chance, by luck, by just the roll of the dice, that's the way the game ends up. No blueprint, nor formula, just football. And again, the Chiefs, just like the Patriots, are the anomaly to what worked in the NFL. They don't have the trend. They're the anti-trend. It just didn't matter. All right, great stuff. Coming up next, we got Speedy Petey on. Hopefully he's actually on this time instead of blowing us off like last time, right, Evan? Huh?
Yeah, I got him on. He didn't blow me off the next day later, so.
Maybe he just doesn't like me.
Ouch.
Yeah, what the hell? It's terrible. All right, Speedy Petey comes on next. Haystack, Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You're listening to the Haystack Show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Great to have you back. Haystack, Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Mike, Evan, Monica here on a Tuesday. Yeah. Wait, you like it when I put the headphones like that, right?
It's so silly. Yeah.
It's like a reverse, almost a Mickey Mouse ear kind of hybrid.
Yeah.
Meep. I love making Monica laugh. It's really funny.
Thanks.
I love
to laugh.
I love when she giggles.
That was a Roadrunner. That was a pretty decent Roadrunner.
Yeah,
impression.
that was a good Roadrunner.
Beep, beep.
Meep.
I loved Roadrunner. That was a good cartoon.
You were a roadrunner. Were you a cartoon person?
Yeah. I did
Join the
love
club,
cartoons.
Monica. Come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
I loved cartoons.
SpongeBob was my stuff.
SpongeBob. Oops, I split my pants.
Because I ripped my pants.
Who was your favorite character in that?
SpongeBob?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
You
one.
know, other than SpongeBob, I might have to say Plankton.
Plankton.
I always love Plankton. I always love Plankton.
You gotta love Plankton.
I went to college.
I went to college.
How about
funny,
Mr. Krabs?
he's a good one. He's also I love Krabs because he's voiced
Hello,
by, he's voiced by
Karen.
one of my favorite voice actors.
Plankton.
What's his name?
Holographic meatloaf. My favorite.
No, the best is when he puts SpongeBob's brain in the SpongeBob robot. He's like, yeah, I finally named you Sponge, Robo, Bob, Pants, Robo. I put the brain in the robot. Clancy Brown, that's Mr. Krabs' voice actor.
I don't know. Patrick might be my
He's
favorite.
lovable, Patrick, you know? He's just like a big goofball.
I love that stuff. It's first grade, SpongeBob.
Yeah, did
I
you see
love
the
that stuff.
SpongeBob movie with David Hasselhoff?
Oh, the first
I
one?
did.
I still have yet to see the
first
second
one?
one. I got to see the second one. I know there's a third one coming out this year. I got to see the second one.
I know. But why do they do that with every cartoon? They do like that 3D whatever.
It looks pretty.
It's so dumb.
So
Just
they can
keep
charge
it.
you more.
For SpongeBob, it actually looks. I don't know. I think it looks.
Like,
Pretty
just
nice.
keep
For
it
SpongeBob,
the
it looks-
cartoon way.
Right.
Like the Simpsons. The Simpsons did it in the 2D.
Yeah, and it was dumb.
No, the Simpsons did
oh.
it regular when the Simpsons movie came.
Oh
out.
yeah,
They
well
did it
right.
yeah.
They should have kept it that way.
Right.
They did it. They did it.
The Simpsons. Oh, I remember the Simpsons movie.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Spider Pig, Spider Pig does whatever a Spider Pig does. That was great. All right. Without any further ado,
Please.
Let's
tell
bring
me.
on Speedy Petey. Speedy, do we have you, bud?
Yep.
Oh my goodness! Wait, is this the regular phone, Evan?
This is the regular phone.
Holy mackerel! We're working.
Wait, Speedy, did you like SpongeBob too?
I saw it a little. I liked it. I didn't see it enough to ever watch it.
Oh, you lame. Whatever. All right, Speedy. You know, obviously, we finally have a Super Bowl champion, the Kansas City Chiefs over the San Francisco 49ers, 31-20. It was almost exactly what I predicted, but anywho, I won't go deep into that. But here's the thing. I thought it was a tale of probably about 3.5 quarters and then a half a quarter. I think Jimmy Garoppolo was great for 3.5 quarters, and Patrick Mahomes was great for that half quarter, and that half quarter seemed to matter more than anything else. Your takeaway from the Super Bowl, Speed?
I think it was a lot of interesting play calling and for both teams. I think the Niners were very creative in what they were doing with different formations, play action. I'm not going to say Garoppolo was great. He was good. I'm not going to say great just because I think he, relied on just only a couple routes concepts. They got slants, they got skinny posts, and they got wide receiver screens. That was really it. And the rest of it was receiver reversal. I thought Deebo Samuel was the best player in that first half. And Mahomes, again, was very rusty throughout the first half, missing a lot of simple throws. Damian Williams carried the load for a while and at least kept the Chiefs moving in that first half. Otherwise, they would have been 3 and out, and the Niners could have easily run away with that game. And maybe, again, that pass rush wouldn't have gotten as worn out as they did late in the game. So I look at it like that, where it wasn't really a quarterback-dominated game for the most part until Mahomes went off the way he did in the fourth quarter. Garoppolo did what he had to do. He didn't do anything special to me. So I'm not going to say he was great, but he was good enough, I guess. And I think Deebo Samuel on the Niners and Damian Williams on the Chiefs were really the offensive stars of that first half. It was a game that had good creative offensive play calling, but even better defensive play calling.
So I want to shift to this. So I started this morning by saying that, you know, it feels like every year in the NFL, because you and I both know that the NFL is a copycat league, right? Everybody tries to copy each other. That's pretty much been established already. But it usually happens different every year, where everybody tries to catch on to the latest trend, right? We said it about the Patriots for a number of years, where everybody thought the Patriots had the blueprint to winning Super Bowls, but nobody could outdo the Patriots. So I made the argument they don't have the blueprint; they're the anomaly to the blueprint. That's what the Chiefs feel like. You know, this year was all about running the football, controlling the clock, all of those things. Most playoff teams were good at running the football. Kansas City ranked 23rd in rushing this year. They felt like the anomaly. So my question to you is, do you feel that Kansas City has the blueprint for Super Bowls, or is there even a blueprint at all?
Well, again, they were the blueprint of what was previously. The running attacks coming back the way they did was what was the anomaly of just a breakthrough of the year. The Niners, again, they were a breakthrough team that people thought would be improved, but nobody was thinking they were 14-3 and going to be the number one seed in the AFC. I liked Tennessee. They had a great rushing attack, obviously. I liked them as a playoff team, but again, not as far as people thought they would go. The Ravens, again, we knew they could run, but again, those are the three that you look at the running attacks as being the primary focal point. And then the rest of the playoff teams, they were still balanced. They still had, again, some breakthrough run games, but it was Seattle had a pass game. Russell Wilson was an MVP candidate. You had the Saints, their usual passing game with some runs mixed in, but again, still more Drew Brees on that team. Green Bay, Aaron Jones had a nice year, but it's still more of Aaron Rodgers' team. So I think the Chiefs were just really what the rest of the league was before that, and the run game anomaly kind of thing was really just this year. I think that's something new more than what the Chiefs are doing. Because the Chiefs had this kind of style for a while with the speed that they had. And this is the first year they were finally able to get some level of defense that they didn't have since Andy Reid started coaching there, where they were a better defensive team than they were an offensive team. So I think that was really the difference more than anything else. In Kansas City, while they didn't prioritize the run, they still did it in creative ways, and they were still efficient with it, and that's what matters. And when you look at those running schemes, that's what it's really all about.
So I'm going to move to this because this seems to be a conversation that was circling a lot yesterday. And I guess it's a conversation, but I feel like this is a hard game to kind of pinpoint who it actually was. Super Bowl MVP, it obviously ended up going to Patrick Mahomes, but there were a lot of people that thought that Damian Williams should have been a Super Bowl MVP. I don't know if I agree with that. I probably still would have gone with Mahomes. In your eyes, who do you think deserved Super Bowl MVP?
And one of those people that does say Damian Williams. I think Damian Williams throughout the whole game was the most consistent player. When Patrick Mahomes was really struggling badly in that first half and into the third quarter, Damian Williams was getting key first downs. He was a consistent runner throughout. And then he had 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. So it's not like he just ran for 110 yards and did nothing else. He had 2 touchdowns. He had the go-ahead touchdown, which was a great individual effort. A play that I didn't think was a touchdown, but again, they didn't have the evidence to overturn it. And again, regardless, it's a great individual effort. I look at consistency when you look at the full game. I know, again, Mahomes was outstanding in that comeback. I'm not going to take anything away from that, but when looking at the whole game and judging MVP, you have to also take the bad with it. Mahomes was pretty bad for a while in that first half. Not all his fault. I don't think the receivers helped him either, but he wasn't good. He was very iffy, and I thought as a whole, when you look at it, Damian Williams' consistency is the same thing. I said the same thing when the Patriots beat Atlanta. I thought James White should have been MVP because he was the most consistent player of the whole game. Tom Brady only got it going late, kind of like what Mahomes did here. And Mahomes even did it later in the game than Brady did. But at least Brady, when he did that, started it in the third quarter. But regardless, I still thought White should have been MVP. And this Super Bowl, I definitely think Damian Williams was the most consistent player. And again, a big reason why that pass rush got worn down late in the game. And again, for a team that was able to stop the run so effectively, he was able to run so consistently. It's not like he had one big run and then he had 2-yard carries. He was consistently getting 5 yards.
So I want to shift to this because a lot of people feel the way that you do about that as well. But after the Super Bowl was over, and this is primarily yesterday, I'm sure we're going to hear more about it today. We heard a lot of Kyle Shanahan bashing, right? Because the 28-3 blown lead in the Super Bowl in 2016 with Atlanta, and now he blows a 10-point lead with San Francisco in this Super Bowl. I'll be honest with you, but I don't necessarily think that that's fair. I don't think it was really on Kyle Shanahan. Could you nitpick at a couple of different things? Yeah, you could, but I don't think the responsibility of blowing that lead is solely on Kyle Shanahan. What are your thoughts on the people that are kind of slandering and bashing Kyle Shanahan yesterday and early today?
Well, I'm one of the rare people that don't blame him for Atlanta either. I blame him for one play in Atlanta. That was the 3rd and 1 that led to the fumble. I don't blame him for that. I thought defensive coaching and Dan Quinn and bad corner play was what lost them that game. So, and when you look at this Super Bowl, there's a couple things I blame him for, but again, it's not. I don't think it's mainly his fault. I think what mainly happened is the Niners' offensive line just really struggled at the end of the game. They were blocking very effectively with their zone blocking for 3 quarters, and all of a sudden, as the Chiefs used some more exotic blitz packages, they brought Honey Badger up to blitz, they brought linebackers or something like that up to blitz.
Right.
The Niners were not able to block at all, and then all of a sudden that led to the Chiefs getting a tremendous interior pressure. I think Derek Nottie played very well. Chris Jones was very good in the fourth quarter. They just couldn't block, and I think that was the biggest thing. I don't think they did anything wrong when it comes to that drastic of play calls. I don't think they got too conservative. I don't think they got reckless either, where they were trying to throw the ball deep and they didn't have to. I don't think there was anything wrong with what Shanahan was doing. The only thing I would say is once that interior pass rush started to get going, I would have adjusted maybe to add a blocker back there, whether it was Kittle in the backfield or Juszczyk, something like that, to just help out in that case, because Garoppolo was getting hit hard on the interior a lot. And again, when Spagnuolo adjusted and did a lot of overload blitzes, he wasn't reading them well. So sometimes either he has to say something like that or he has to adjust and maybe put a blocker over there too. So I don't blame him solely. I think it was really just the offensive line breaking it down, and the defense, they just got no pass rush. They weren't doing bad. I don't think Robert Saleh was calling a bad game. He just got no pass rush. The one thing I will say is third and double digits a lot of the time. The Chiefs were able to convert. Mahomes ran one for a first down. Then obviously the big play to Tyreek Hill downfield. That was 3rd and 15. So there's a couple coaching options there we could look at it. But again, I really think just having no line of scrimmage play, offensive line and defensive line, is what lost it to the Niners, because when you look at it, it's the strength of the team, and they help everyone else out so effectively. And that's maybe a cliche, but the way the Niners roster is structured, it has to be that way.
So this is an interesting question that's been getting posed, Speedy. We're talking to Speedy Petey, the producer of pretty much every show on this network, our football guru here on the Haystack. This is a pretty interesting question that gets brought up all the time, Speed, because we always say every team feels a little bit more confident, and people feel more confident in these teams to go back to repeat. A lot of people, get real confident in these teams. Like people did with the Rams last year. They felt really confident. I had them in the NFC Championship game again.
I was right about that, by the way. I thought they would drop off just with the way they lost.
Yeah, no, and this question is kind of filtering towards that as well. Everybody asks, what if one of these teams has which of these two Super Bowl teams between the Niners and the Chiefs do you think has the best chance at returning to the Super Bowl next year?
Oh, that's interesting. I'd probably say the Chiefs, just because I think, again, the NFC is always tough. I think no matter what, we've seen different breakthrough teams, just more parity in general in the NFC, just because it's a better conference as a whole. The NFC East is not great, but the South has a lot of good teams in it. They have a lot of talent in that division. And the West, we saw what they were able to do on what I thought was a very difficult schedule. They had 2 playoff teams. The Rams team that they were down, but they were still 8-8. So I think them doing what they did on a hard schedule says a lot. The NFC North has, besides Detroit, I think 3 other good teams. So it's just, again, the NFC is just so tough in general. The AFC, especially the Chiefs when they play in the AFC West, it's not great right now. You have a lot of question marks throughout that conference. The AFC South is a talented division, but it's always a division that fluctuates. The AFC North, outside of the Ravens, they got question marks. And the AFC East, you got New England now finally looking a little bit vulnerable. Then you got, again, can Buffalo all of a sudden make that leap? The Jets can they make that leap? It's just, again, there's just so many expected things with the AFC, whereas the NFC, there's a lot of teams that are good. It's just a matter of how different divisions shuffle out, really, more than anything else, because I think there's just more talent there. So I do think, as a result, it'll be easier for the Chiefs to get a higher seed. I don't think the Niners will miss the playoffs, just because I think their schedule's way too easy next year. But I think in terms of them getting a higher seed, that could be harder, because I could see the Seahawks still winning the division, and that's what makes it tougher, where I don't think the AFC West has any competition for the division, even if the Chiefs win it and maybe 10-6 next year.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Speedy. I think the Chiefs probably do have a better chance at going going back to the Super Bowl because I think the division is theirs. Kind of what you said. I think the Niners do have a chance. They play in a tougher division. They play in a tougher conference. The Cardinals are on their way up. I think the Rams probably they do what they can to improve next year. They've already gone to a Super Bowl. And then Seattle with Russell Wilson, I don't think it can rule them out ever. And then if you look at the AFC West, you have the Denver Broncos, who are still really young and experienced. They're still trying to find their answer at quarterback. Maybe they have it with Drew Lock.
They're not a playoff team.
Right, exactly. And the Chargers are going to have a new quarterback. They're moving on from Phillip Rivers. They got to figure things out. And then the closest team to Kansas City is probably Oakland, and you have no idea where they're going to be next year also, even though I like their roster. So we'll see, where things go.
A lot on defense, though. Especially in that secondary, I think they need a lot.
I agree with you. I think Kansas City's got the better shot also. All right, a couple more things. Okay, the first thing is Lamar Jackson won unanimous MVP, and I think through most of the awards that were given out this year, I agreed with. There were three that I didn't agree with. I thought Defensive Player of the Year they got wrong. I thought Coach of the Year they got wrong, and I thought Comeback Player of the Year they got wrong. But the rest of them were primarily good. What did you make of the awards that were given out? Do you disagree with any of them?
I do. I think when you look at Offensive Rookie of the Year, I think Josh Jacobs was better as a whole than Kyler Murray was. I think Kyler Murray was good in phases, but he wasn't overly consistent. Josh Jacobs was a very overly consistent guy on an offensive line for the Raiders that was bagged up much of the year. And they played well, too, for much of the year. I give them credit, but Jacobs was a big reason why that offense was flowing the way they did. I would have given it to him. A.J. Brown had a good late surge as well. I wouldn't have been skeptical if he wanted to, just with his value, but I think Jacobs as a whole was more consistent. I agree with you on defensive player. I would have given it to T.J. Watt.
I agree.
T.J. Watt just had a more well-rounded year as a whole. When you look at forced fumbles, you look at interceptions, he improved a lot in pass coverage, where that was one of his areas of this game I was a little skeptical of.
Had a couple interceptions this year.
Yeah, he did, and I think he improved as a whole in that area. He wasn't just a pass rusher. He was on a Steelers defense that was a little down this year in run defense. He was still very good in that area as well. So I would have given it to him as well, and I agree with you on Coach of the Year. I would give it to Kyle Shanahan as well.
So you would give it to Kyle Shanahan. See, I was thinking more Mike Tomlin.
If the Steelers made the playoffs, I would agree with you, but collapsing down the stretch the way they did doesn't help.
It's fair. It's fair. Now, comeback player.
That's fine. And the fact that Lamar Jackson won unanimous MVP was surprising, too, because, again, I think it was still very close between a lot of the candidates. I don't think Lamar Jackson was definitively that much better than everyone else. So that's surprising, too.
Yeah, I was surprised he won unanimously. I thought Russell Wilson would maybe get a vote or two. But comeback player of the year, I thought that, again, call me a homer.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Comeback player of the year, I thought it was... You know who I would have thought. I honestly would have given it to Travis Frederick. I mean, the guy's coming back from an autoimmune disorder where he missed an entire year of football because his body was too weak to even move, and then he comes back and plays like he never missed a year. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, Ryan Tannehill had a really nice year, but what did he come back from? Am I crazy for that?
Well, didn't he had a bad injury last year.
Is that what it was? Did he have a bad injury last year? Okay, whatever.
I thought he had a bad injury at the end of the year last year. Now, I wouldn't have given it to him either. Of the nominees that I saw, I would have given it to Darren Waller just because he was nothing before that and dealing with all the drug problems he did, and he wasn't even a known player.
Right.
That's a good pick,
he was
Darren Waller.
A practice squad guy, and all of a sudden he's a focal point in the Raiders offense. That's as big of a leap as you can get to me.
Was maybe their best offensive player.
Yeah.
Darren Waller was really good for the Raiders. No, you're right. You make a good point there. All right, last thing before I let you go, Speedy. This is before free agency. This is before the draft. This is before we know anything about next year. But as it sits right now, if you had to make a guess for the Super Bowl favorite for next year, who would you feel most confident today?
Oh, that is tricky. I will say...
Obviously the Dallas Cowboys, right?
No. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'll say the Saints, just because I still think they're talented and well coached, and I just think this year was just really the Vikings got in their head from everything that happened 2 years ago.
All right, so there we go.
Speedy, real quick, one player on offense and defense you're looking forward to seeing in free agency, where they go.
Ooh. That is interesting. Offense, I will say, I'll say Phillip Rivers for offense. I'm curious on if any veteran coach will try to rebirth him in a sense. I don't know where he would go, but I'm curious what he would see because he's had good longevity before that, and it's definitely interesting where he would go. It's just going to be a whole quarterback movement this year, but again, he's the veteran name that everyone wants to know, can he still play? So I think that's the biggest difference. Defense, that's an interesting one. I think if he becomes a free agent, I'll say Chris Jones, because he's a very good impact defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman, which, again, they're hard to find in today's league. You got a couple really good ones, and Chris Jones will really elevate himself to be one of those really good ones. So if the Chiefs let him go, it'll be interesting to see where he'll go. And they might not be able to keep him, being that they got to pay some other players. And the way Steve Spagnuolo coached that defensive line, they might be able to survive at least a little bit without him giving him the money.
It's interesting. All right, Speedy, thanks for coming on, buddy. Speedy Petey, our producer for pretty much every show on this network, our football guru here in the Haystack. Speedy, thanks for coming on, bud. Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good rest of your show.
All right, Speedy Petey. All right, before we go to break, let's go to Monica Ray with the news on a Tuesday.
All right. We talked about this a little bit during break because now we're getting into football. And you know, I have a
I'm
really...
just going to do the entire news segment like this.
I can't look at you. I have a really tough time with some of these basketball names. So, the Knicks have parted ways with Stephen Mills, who was their team president.
Yes.
And it looks like Jim Dolan is targeting Messiah.
You're almost there. Come on. You can do it.
Urgi.
Oh, damn. Masai Ujiri.
Ujiri. All right. I don't know. I wish they had regular names like Smith or Jones or something.
Yeah, I know.
But is this a good fit?
Well, here's the thing.
If
they got Masai Ujiri, that would be great. But if their focus is on getting Masai Ujiri, what in the hell are you doing? It really is dumb. Why would Masai Ujiri want to go work for the Knicks? Why would he want to go work for Dolan? Seriously, he's in a perfectly stable environment with the Toronto Raptors. Why would he leave?
I never hear good things about
Dolan. And he's
Dolan.
beloved in Toronto.
Well, Dolan is... If it's not the Wilpon family, if it's not Fred and Jeff Wilpon, it's definitely Jim Dolan as worst owner in New York. So far, the interest for Ujiri pretty much is one-sided. It's pretty much the Knicks. I'm sure Ujiri would love to GM a team in New York, but again, does he have real interest in GMing and running the Knicks? I don't know. Right now, this kind of seems like a one-sided thing. This kind of seems like something James Dolan just wants.
They like him, but he doesn't like them.
It seems like
Ujiri is James Dolan's.
It's like
is James Dolan's guy. Ujiri is Dolan's guy. That's the guy Dolan wants. He's eyeing him.
Right.
I don't know if Ujiri wants to go to we don't know if Ujiri really wants to go to the Knicks. It's kind of like it feels like Durant, Kyrie Irving after they trade.
Well, yeah, it feels like the Knicks are the nerdy, unpopular girl that wants to go after the star quarterback. Like, it just doesn't make it... Like,
sometimes
it's like,
it works.
all right, I'm going to break up with my fiance because I want to go date Blake Lively. Like, it just doesn't. I got no shot at Blake Lively. And why would Blake Lively move on from a dashing, almost perfect human being in Ryan Reynolds to come date a overweight sports talk radio host that don't make any money guy like me? It just makes no sense.
Yeah, don't screw up
actually,
a follow.
okay.
Yeah, no, shit. I love you, honey.
I am looking at a couple of things. These are a couple of tweets from Ian Begley and Seth Rosenthal. Ian Begley writes, things can always change, but it's worth noting that Ujiri has told confidants in the past that he'd be open to considering the Knicks job if the circumstance was right. New York would obviously have to
the circumstance would be if Jimmy Dolan sold the team, then I'd maybe work for the Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why is he your primary target?
What are the chances that would happen?
0.
Yeah.
Masai Ujiri is not going to be the general manager or the president of basketball operations for the Knicks. It won't happen.
You heard it here.
It won't happen. Okay? Masai Ujiri was offered more than $10 million by the Wizards, and he didn't leave. Okay? He's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. And the Wizards are a much more stable organization than the Knicks are. They just are.
Yeah.
Okay, the Knicks rank among the bottom in sports as far as the organizational functionality. They just don't have it. Yep. And they never have. Seriously, it's almost like they never have. They haven't been relevant since Ewing. Okay, and before that, they weren't relevant since Willis Reed and Walt Frazier. I mean, Walt Frazier's 70 and he's broadcasting for the Knicks now. I mean, for real, come on.
Now here's the challenge that I think some guys would like when it comes to the Knicks. You can be the GM to turn around this franchise. You turn around the New York Knicks.
Yeah, but
then
much work.
That is a huge step in your reputation, your resume. Again, I mean, Theo Epstein is known as the guy who turned the Red Sox and Cubs into world champions.
Yeah, but I mean
that does a lot for you. Now, again, will Ujiri take the job again? We don't know. If I guess we'll have to find out if he really truly wants the job. Because if he wants it, obviously Dolan's going to give it to him without even thinking about it.
The Knicks is where careers go to die. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Okay?
It is
your
as
career.
It is as dysfunctional of a mess as you'll ever see in sports.
I mean, it is so Evan, you bring up a good point, right? Because if you bring the Knicks up from the grave, you're going to get praised. Like, everybody's going to love you, but what is the likelihood of that happening in that environment?
That's
and why would you put yourself in that position? It makes no sense.
You have to give, I guess it's a sense of you try to give yourself a chance to see what happens again. It's doing it in New York, doing it in Madison Square Garden for the Knicks, a once amazing organization that has a lot of tradition of basketball. I mean,
it's got a little bit of tradition. It doesn't have a lot. It does not have a lot. They have 2 titles. They have 2 titles as a franchise.
Oh, they have 2 titles, but again, the players that have come
and they were both in the early 70s.
No, yes, they have 2 titles from the 70s, yes, but the players who have come through the Garden, again, it's again a reputation that the Knicks have with Ewing and Bernard King and Frazier and Willis Reed and all that stuff and Phil Jackson, but it's also a reputation that current players are not looking at right now. They're looking at what's going on right now inside the organization. They don't really care. Players today don't look at the Knicks and they don't care about the Garden, the basketball in New York City, the play. They want to win. They want to win.
Players go to stability.
Yeah, they want to win. Now,
Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant both went to New York, but they went to Brooklyn. They went to the little brother because the Nets actually have direction.
Right, they went to Brooklyn. Now getting Ujiri could change that. Could change that for the Knicks if that's the case. I don't know. Again,
but it isn't possible. It isn't possible. There's no way in hell. First of all, I don't think that Toronto's ever going to let him go. And second of all, because let's be honest.
Well, if I'm Toronto, I lock him up right now. I lock him up right now.
The Raptors are going to do whatever they can to make him the highest paid GM in sports. I mean, seriously, he made the trade for Kawhi Leonard. Okay, the Raptors are second in the East right now without Kawhi Leonard. And they've had injuries all year. Okay, Marc Gasol got hurt. Ibaka got hurt. Kyle Lowry got hurt. It didn't matter. They've been really competitive. Okay, he drafted Pascal Siakam. Okay, people got to remember this. He drafted Pascal Siakam over Deontay Davis, and Deontay Davis was a top 10 player in that draft more than likely. Okay, he sat on the board till the second round, and he's pretty much out of the league already. He picked the right guy in Siakam. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world for them to keep Masai Ujiri. The second thing, well, hang on, here's the second thing. And we keep muttering this over and over and over and over again. Why in the world would Masai Ujiri leave the money and the stability to go play for the Knicks? That Knicks fans are delusional to think that their brand holds any weight. It doesn't. Okay? The Knicks are a massive brand for the wrong reason. Okay? They're the franchise in New York. They have the Garden and everything like that. Just like, who wouldn't want to play for the Knicks? Literally everybody. You can't get out of your own way because nobody wants to play for you. Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving were tied to your city for months and months and months during the season before and free agency. Especially Durant. And people were saying, they definitely wants to go. No, nobody wants to go play for the Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis, who got drafted by you, wanted to get traded away. You had to trade him. Nobody wants to play for you. None. Seriously, it wouldn't surprise me if RJ Barrett in a couple of years wants to get out of there. Nobody wants to play for the Knicks. Nobody. The brand is not... The whole brand thing about how the Knicks are this big brand that everyone wants to play for, it is a farce. It's not real.
And that's the case right now with the Knicks. The fact that no player is really looking at what the Knicks are always advertising to the players, because the players want to win. The players want to find a place to go win a title. Getting Ujiri could change that for the Knicks. Will it happen?
No.
I don't know. Again, I don't know. I don't know.
But Evan, what is giving you any sort of pause by saying that it won't happen? Like what positive could possibly, what would be the reason Masai Ujiri goes to the Knicks?
Could only be money.
I mean, if the Knicks decide to say, we'll pay you as much as a star player, then okay, yeah, he'll be the GM of the Knicks for $30 million a year.
Again, we don't know. We don't know what Ujiri's mindset is right now. We don't know what the mindset is of the Knicks right now. So it's up to him. If I'm Ujiri, I stay in Toronto because again, I got a great thing going in Toronto.
I'm beloved by the whole country.
I'm beloved by the team, the fans, the Canada. I'm beloved by people around the NBA. I built something great in Toronto.
I won a title here.
I won a title. He made a gutsy move. It was getting Kawhi Leonard, but that was a gutsy move, trading your franchise player, DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, he traded DeMar DeRozan, who's been
a gutsy move.
Trading DeMar DeRozan
for 1 year of Kawhi.
For 1 year of Kawhi.
Which ended
and DeMar DeRozan's one of the best players in Raptor history. Okay, DeMar DeRozan was a beyond fan favorite by Raptors fans. He's been there for a long time. Okay, DeMar DeRozan was there for 9 years.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he got drafted in the same draft as Blake Griffin. I mean, I don't know. What's next?
So the NBA deadline is Thursday, right? And there are talks between the Knicks and the Hornets for trading some players. So how do you think, since we're talking about the Knicks, how do you think that?
Marcus
Morris. I've heard Julius Randle is in that conversation also. I've heard that they want D'Angelo Russell. I've heard they want Andre Drummond. In whose right mind do you think should you trade assets to get one star? I'm being completely honest with you.
I guess they have to do something.
Why? Why do they have to do something?
Now, the problem
because
is
what they have doesn't work.
Right, but they're not making the playoffs. The Knicks are so bad that they have to draft talent, okay? They have to draft talent when they have enough of it, then you can start trading for stars, okay? But you got to get that one free agent to come. You've got to draft pieces that actually work and can actually play, and then you've probably got to make a trade or so. The Knicks are not in a position to start trading 3 or 4 young guys to go get D'Angelo Russell. It just doesn't make any sense.
I think it's just desperation.
It is.
You know?
And now that's the thing. At 15-36, third to last in the Eastern Conference, I do look at the Knicks and say, what is the rush at trading guys like Marcus Morris and Julius Randle to get a guy like D'Angelo Russell?
And apparently the Warriors in those talks with the Knicks for D'Angelo Russell are demanding that the trade talks start with Mitchell Robinson. No.
I mean, the only now again.
No.
Are you saying no?
What is that? Austin Powers? Can you say
Oh
no,
my
no,
God. No. I'm not even kidding. If you trade Mitchell Robinson and any more pieces for D'Angelo Russell, you have literally lost your mind. There's no reason for it.
The Warriors want Mitchell Robinson, unprotected first round, and Knicks unprotected first round picks for D'Angelo Russell.
No, stop. I'm so sick of the Knicks, man. I really am. I don't even like the Knicks. I'm not a fan of theirs, but it is so frustrating how they just can't get out of their own way. It is so bad. I'm not even kidding. They might be the most dysfunctional team in all of sports. I'm not kidding. They really might be.
Yeah.
Because there isn't a team.
It starts from the top down.
There isn't a team in sports that's more dysfunctional. Seriously, I think the Browns have a better sense of direction than the Knicks do. That's saying something. It really is. That is really saying something.
The only way I can see again why the Knicks want to get D'Angelo Russell is to lure free agents. But again, I would use R.J. Barrett as a piece of the puzzle.
Now they would want if they wanted D'Angelo Russell. The only reason I could say it is to maybe lure Karl Anthony Towns, but Karl Anthony Towns is under contract, so it
doesn't make sense. All right, before your mind gets blown, let's go. Let's go to baseball.
Ooh, baseball.
So
that's fun.
The Red Sox have made an offer to Mookie Betts for 10 years for $300 million. He apparently countered 12 years for $420 million. Now, I don't know if this is right, but I looked up what appeared to be his current salary online. I don't know if it's right, but it said $20 million. So, does that sound right?
Probably.
He's going from $20 million to asking for $420 million. Is he that good?
Oh, he's really
Mookie Betts is. He's probably a top 5 player in baseball, but
$420 million.
Well, Mike Trout
to play baseball.
Mike Trout got 12 years, $430 from the Angels.
So he'd be just below Trout.
Crazy.
I mean, he wants slightly less than Trout does. I don't know. Even for Trout, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I do not know. I just.
Trout has an annual salary of $35 million. Signing bonus at $20 million, and $35 million, $30 million, $35
so that
million
would,
as an annual salary.
That would put Mookie Betts at like $34.5 million or something like that. But I don't know. What are the Red Sox doing? Are they trying to trade him or are they trying to extend him?
Seems like to me. Well, I think they want to trade him, but if they can sign him to an extension to their price, I think they will. If they can sign him to an extension of their price, they'll do it. But the end result's going to be we have to trade because Mookie Betts wants a considerable amount of money that apparently they don't want to pay, and B, again, you bring in Shane Bloom to rebuild your farm system. You bring in Shane Bloom to bring it for prospects and to rebuild your farm. Mookie Betts is obviously your biggest part of your team.
Right.
He's 1 year left on his contract.
I don't know, it makes all the sense in the world to trade him. It does.
Now, again, I'm sure they love to sign Betts, but for their price. Mookie, of course, wants to be among the highest paid players in baseball. And hey, I understand. He's one of the top 5 players in the game. He saw Harper, Machado, and Trout get their money last year. He's like, okay, I feel like I'm up there with those guys. I'm one of the best in the game.
Oh, he's better than both of those guys. He's better than Harper, and he's better than Machado. But still, a lot of. I think Harper got overpaid. I think Machado got Probably Machado probably got overpaid. It's just, I don't know. I'm a little iffy. I'm not gonna lie. I am a little iffy on that.
All right, now I'm gonna ask you guys, what was your favorite commercial in the Super Bowl?
Smart Pack.
Good question.
Smart Pack.
Good question, because I had a lot of fun. There was some pretty fun commercials on Sunday.
What do you think? What did you like?
Smart Pack.
The one with Chris Evans. The one with Chris Evans and David Ortiz. That was pretty funny. The car
with John Krasinski. Smart Pack.
Yeah,
Smart Pack.
Is that what you were doing just now?
Yes, Smart Pack.
I like the Bill Murray Groundhog Day with the
that was pretty funny.
That was pretty great.
That was pretty good.
I thought that was fun. I don't know if they give out awards.
Am I the only one that thought that the Anthony Day?
Rachel Dratch too was in that commercial.
Am I the only one that thought that the Anthony Day stain on the shirt commercials were stupid? I didn't like them at all.
No, I did too.
He's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, right? I've never seen.
Yes.
How about the one with the potato chip? You have a chip on your shoulder. You have a chip on your shoulder.
I don't remember that. I will say though, one of the best commercials there was Brady's Hulu commercial. Brady's Hulu commercial. That was the only commercial I was on my seat for. I was like, oh,
you wanted him so badly to say, by the way, I'm retired.
And Brady literally said, I owe it to my fans. I don't want anybody to. I want my fans to hear it from nobody else but me. Not only does Hulu have live sports, I was like, oh my God, he got us. He got everybody.
Did you really think he would announce his retirement during a Super Bowl commercial?
No, of course not. No, but I thought, but then he got us thinking again at the end of the commercial. But me, I'm not going anywhere. I was like, he is toying with us. He is making us all look like fools.
No, best commercial. Old Town Road, Lil Nas, Sam Elliott. Best commercial.
That was funny.
That commercial was awesome.
That was great. I probably would still go with Smart Pack.
That was good too. That was great.
Smart Pack. That's a ghost car.
That's a ghost car.
I got to pack it.
That's a ghost car.
That's a good accent.
That was a good one.
Habba? That commercial was great. I loved it. All right, that's the news. Big J journalist Monica Ray on a Tuesday. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. All right, more Haystack next.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You're listening to the Haystack Show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Good to have you back. Haystack Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Mike, Evan, Monica here on a Tuesday.
Wednesday, Junior. Taco Tuesday. Are you gonna have tacos?
Monica,
today?
I have one word for you.
Don't. Oh boy, you look silly.
Evan, do I look ridiculous like this?
Like I said, it looks like a reverse Mickey Mouse, like a headset version of Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse ears.
Stabilize it. Here we go.
Stabilization.
Organizational stability right here.
There you go. You could work for the Knicks.
I could work for the Knicks. I would turn the Knicks around.
If there's one franchise, you have one franchise that you want to buy. This is to all of you guys. One franchise you want to buy, what would it be?
Like to take over and make all the decisions for?
If you have one.
Dallas Cowboys.
Okay, Cowboys. What would yours be?
Yeah, I might go Dallas Cowboys.
Too bad, I already beat you. You got to pick something.
Monica beat you to the Cowboys.
Monica's going to run the Cowboys to the ground.
She already bought Jerry Jones out, so you can't.
They're going to have really cute uniforms.
Jura?
Sorry, Mike, you're going to have to settle for
She already bought out Jura?
Sorry, Mike, you're going to have to settle for the Cincinnati Bengals.
You got to get
some. No, I don't want the Cincinnati.
Maybe you can have some future
Here,
pie.
which one do you want, Evan? You can pick one.
I want my Mets.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I want to buy my Mets.
That's a good one. God, I so wanted the Cowboys. You stink.
It should have been faster.
Why did you do that? I so badly wanted the Cowboys.
Sorry. I mean, I'd be
willing
to share.
What about the Cavs?
We could be co-owners.
What about the Cavs?
We could be co-owners.
No.
What about the Cavs?
I wouldn't want the Cavs.
Say, hey, Dan Gilbert, sorry, dude, I'm going to make the Cavs into an amazing team without LeBron James.
No.
Okay, I don't need a LeBron James to have my Cavaliers be NBA champions.
No, NBA is no
Gilbert.
fun. NBA is not fun to build.
Do you want to be co-owners? I'm not going to keep offering.
How about hockey?
Yes, I want to be co-owners with Monica of the Cowboys.
Deal.
He's gonna buy the Mike's gonna buy the Boston Bruins.
She's going to rename the Dallas Cowboys the Dallas Monicas.
No. They got to stay just as they are. Perfect.
If you had one team,
the Dallas Rays.
If you had one team to change jerseys, what would it be? If you bought a team and you're saying, you know what, I'm gonna.
I would probably say
I'm gonna improve their jersey as he puts the microphone above his. side of his eye.
I would probably say
that's gotta hurt.
It actually doesn't.
He can hear through his nose.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of hurts my eyes a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It could make you cross-eyed, like in The Jerk. Remember Steve Martin when he made the? Did you not see that movie? Oh my God!
Which movie?
The Jerk.
She just yelled at me because I didn't see
Steve Martin.
I didn't see The Jerk.
Yeah, I saw that movie, but I was a kid back when I saw it.
I can't even believe
Arrgh.
The pirate eye isn't going to even help you. You know, I haven't seen Anchorman. Now I find out you haven't seen the classic Steve Martin. The
I can't remember the last Steve Martin movie I saw. It might have been Cheaper by the Dozen or Pink Panther. And that's
I was really thinking about this,
I saw?
and
I don't know.
And what?
Now it looks like you have a beard.
Yeah, I'm against beards.
oh, so
You know how I feel.
Now you look like Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, or you're like Richard Simmons, sweating it to the oldies.
That's right. I'm wearing it like Howard Stern.
Is that how he wears it?
No, I'm pretty sure he wears it normally. He's only like the greatest radio show host of all time. So, what are you going to say?
What
it's
are you
fine.
gonna say?
What are you going to say?
You don't have all the hair.
What can be said? Truthfully, what can be said?
Anything.
I don't know.
Everything.
Everything, in fact, can be said.
Yeah, it sure can. And I would encourage
that is a fact. It will. Everything can and maybe will be said.
Right. And should.
And should.
Because if
yeah.
you're thinking
Well, I mean, there are some things that shouldn't be said.
Well, that's
There
true.
are some things that are just mean and shouldn't be said at all.
Well, I don't like meanness. Mean people suck.
No, mean people do suck.
Good
like
things.
Racism. Yeah,
No
you
thanks.
probably shouldn't say that
We're
stuff.
done. Yeah.
But like saying the Ravens are not as good as the Cowboys, that should be said.
All right, well.
I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. Don't the Ravens... Hold on a minute. Wait. I think the Ravens play the Cowboys.
They play the Cowboys next year. Yep, it's in Baltimore. So we'll lose.
Is it?
Is
Yep,
it?
we'll
we
lose.
Should go.
Road trip!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Haystack road trip.
That would be a lot of
Ravens,
fun.
Ravens, Cowboys in Baltimore.
We
Ravens
could,
are also
we could ride on the car.
Ravens are also playing the Giants at Edmonton
Baltimore or bust.
We'll take the Baltimore bus to Baltimore. What? To Baltimore.
Take the Baltimore Big Trust bus to Edmonton. Big Trust.
Yes, we'll take the Baltimore Big Trust.
Woo, woo.
The
Come
Big
come
Trust
see-
bus.
That would be awesome.
It's like bench warmers. You ever see bench warmers, Monica?
Funny movie.
Yes.
Oh,
You
damn!
thought you
I
were
thought
gonna say no.
thought I was going to get you.
You thought you had her. You were like,
Thought I had her,
I
yeah.
gotcha.
I'm
See,
a
but-
big movie person.
Huh, well, Gus Bus.
Gus bus.
Well, we
Gus
have
bus.
a Gus
What
bus.
date is that game?
Dates haven't been released yet.
Oh,
The
they
dates don't
didn't
come
take
out till like April.
Dang it. All right. we gotta
So
keep
they're
an
probably
eye
going
on
to
that
play
one.
in like mid-December.
That was the thing with the Jet game that when the Jets play the Ravens this year, my whole family's are Jet fans. So I was like,
Sorry.
So I was like,
Story.
so when that happened, when we saw that they were playing that last year, I was like, this past year, I was like, oh, okay, well we can go. And then we saw it was like in December on a Thursday night. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Freezing,
that's not gonna
right.
happen. That's not gonna work. Well, we all have work and everything, but it's like it's not gonna
I
happen.
hate going to the Meadowlands or whatever the hell it's called now. I just hate
MetLife?
it. I
Yeah,
hate the
it sucks.
drive there. I hate getting out of there. I just
Taking
don't
the
like
train
it.
sucks.
You can't
yeah.
even get there on the train. It's like
I know, it's a nightmare.
it's like the never-ending journey.
I know. It really is
You know?
a never-ending. It's a never-ending journey.
It's
just like
terrible.
life.
I gotta go.
Well, actually, no. Life does in fact end, but
That's true.
it feels like a never-ending journey.
Some days it does.
Some days it does.
I agree with
Running.
that.
Right?
If
Unlike
anybody else got to say something different about that, then come see me. I'm right here in Beemore outside the bank. If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo. Lamar Jackson in the flesh. Yes, sir.
come see
Nice,
me.
Evan.
Big trust.
That's Mark Ingram's the
Big
best.
trust bus.
Mark Ingram's
Ryan
awesome.
Baltimore for Ravens Cowboys as
All right.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens run all over that Cowboy defense.
All right, here we go. Monica with the news.
All right. Well, I missed yesterday where you guys probably did your big recap of the Super Bowl and everything.
Not really.
All right. Well, so yesterday.
I'm just being honest.
So we'll do it now. So yesterday I was online. Not really so much the Super Bowl. I was online at a deli getting lunch, and somebody started in about the halftime show. And this woman said, it was a disgrace. There's children watching the show.
Stop!
People are twerking. People are climbing
So
poles,
what?
People are doing things. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really care.
It's the greatest halftime show
of course, of
all time. No,
of course,
I'm
the
just
men
kidding.
Think it was a great
Bruno
halftime
Mars
show.
owns the halftime show.
So
He did that MetLife? Bruno? Was it
I
MetLife?
forget exactly where, but I remember when he did the halftime show, it was unbelievable.
But so the conversation kind of went now to Beyonce, who was filmed not standing for the national anthem. And I'm going to say it again, and we had this conversation because this really makes me upset. If you can't stand up...
Now, was she not standing
Yeah,
like
in protest of I don't know what.
Now, but was she actually doing that, or was
Yes.
she grabbing food or something?
No. They showed her sitting down, seated, and just looking out and not, come on.
I've kind of gotten over it. I've gotten to the
just sick
point
of
where, yeah, I don't like it either, but I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, if you do it,
It's just you're a loser. Stand up or get out of this country. I'm done. I'm done with you people that can't stand up. Because guess what? In other countries, if you don't stand for the flag, you could be imprisoned, or sometimes they chop your heads off. Some of these countries in Saudi Arabia, I have a good friend who's from China.
Yeah.
And she told me that when she was in China, her brother was 18, and he was working at a construction site.
Yeah.
And he had to go to the bathroom. So he went to the bathroom, but on the side of a building. But as he was going to the bathroom, a newspaper blew by, and he peed on it, and it happened to be a picture of the president. And he was put in jail for 6 months.
Oh man!
So
wow.
I mean, I'm just tired of people
harsh guidelines,
not having the respect for the men and women that have fought for this country and fight every day. The men and women that have lost their lives. And I'm also sick of the whole presidential thing. Guess what? We have a president. It's President Trump. Stop with the shenanigans. Let him do his freaking job. And if you don't like him, then why don't you work on something positive instead of trying to tear people down and disrespect the office of the president? Don't forget, Bill Clinton was impeached. I mean, I just don't understand. I can't even take it anymore. That's why I don't watch the news. Everyone's like, oh, this happened, that happened. However you feel with politics, we've had a little discussion, sidebar. Trump didn't need this job. I feel like he took this job because he loves this country. Mm-hmm. And he wanted to make it better. Mm-hmm. He's a gazillionaire. He doesn't need this nonsense. So, you know what? Go get a puppy. Go paint a picture. I don't know. Go pet a kitty. And just wait until it's your turn. Next election. So.
Well,
it's all tied together.
I think it's... I think it's like...
Just like me being at motor vehicles. And now all these illegals are getting licenses. Why? So they can vote. That's why. You know it. I know it. Mm-hmm. We just said it.
I'm with you.
I said it.
I'm 100% with it. But were people actually saying that, the halftime show was a disgrace?
Yes. There are all kinds of people.
Why? Because J-Lo and Shakira were shaking their butt?
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Evan, you and I were huge fans.
I consider myself a Shakira fan. I actually think she's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I thought the halftime show was pretty good. I wanted her to sing "Try Everything." That was kind of the song I was hoping she'd play, but she didn't play. Yeah. Great song though.
I don't know.
I'm just like, whatever. Who cares anymore? If that's what you want to do, do
give
it.
Give him a swift kick in the shin.
Just do me a
know.
favor. Stand up for the national anthem. Which, by the way, I thought Demi Lovato did a great job.
I was actually surprised.
Singing
That
the
was
anthem.
so funny because there was actually a betting line on how long Demi Lovato's national anthem would be, and it actually hit on the under. I think the over-under was 2 minutes.
Wow.
And everybody was just like, hammer the over, just absolutely hammer the over. She's going to take forever. No, it actually was like 1 minute and 50 seconds.
Wow. Well, that actually is something else I wanted to talk about. So I went to a football party, and somebody came in late, and he's like, I just left. My buddy owns 3 bars. They had some, boxes, and he got stuck buying a $1,000 box in this, I guess, 100,000.
Wait, he got stuck
buying
$1,000?
He's the owner.
Oh, they made me do it.
Well, he's the owner, so whatever. He was on the hook for $1,000.
Oh, all right, I got you.
This pool was minute by minute. So whatever the score was for a full minute, if you had that score, you won, I think it was $1,600.
Oh, my God. I want to be in part of that pool.
Yeah, so the $1,000 box, so the guy that got stuck with the box ended up winning something like $18,000. Not too shabby, right? Did you guys have any friendly wagers?
I bought a box from it was my fiance's job had a pool, and I bought a box for $25.
Did you win?
No, I did not win.
Did you get good numbers?
Yeah, I thought I did. I forget exactly who I had these numbers for, but I had 3 and 6. So I was like,
that's not bad.
Those are good numbers. I was like, I'm gonna win at least a quarter. I think if you won a quarter, it was $250. If you won the half, it was $500. And then I think if you won the game, it was $1,000. So
that would be a nice payday.
Yeah, it's a new watch.
Yeah, Evan, did you have any bets?
No. My cousin who lives in Texas had a bet on the orange Gatorade, on the Gatorade color, on the color.
Yeah, you were saying.
He won a few bucks on the color of the Gatorade, which was orange, and he won a few bucks on it.
Ray hit on it yesterday.
Yeah, he got a couple.
Ray told us that he hit on the Gatorade color also.
Did he?
Yeah, it was orange.
That's awesome. And then I thought about something else, and I didn't get a chance to look it up, but I wondered how many times that the team that won the coin toss won the Super Bowl.
Who won the coin toss?
Kansas City.
Whoever wins the coin toss wins the Super Bowl. But San Francisco won the coin toss.
They did?
Yeah. San Francisco elected to defer.
Oh, okay. Because I missed it. I got some party right as it already happened, so I assumed that they won.
How dare you? How dare you?
So maybe that's it. Maybe if you win the coin toss, you're plagued to lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Isn't like
you shouldn't even play the game.
Isn't like an omen or so? Like isn't like I know the Chiefs were the home team, but like how many times? I know the road team has won a lot of the recent Super Bowls recently. Like I know Kansas City was considered the home team, but I know a lot of road teams recently have won a lot of the Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Giants.
Why was Kansas City considered the home team?
Somebody has
AFC Stadium?
I don't know.
Maybe. That would make sense.
The Niners had the better record.
They had the better record. You know what's funny? I remember actually.
And the Niners were the higher seed.
You know what's funny? I actually remember reading the reason, and I totally forgot. Like it's now like out of my memory now.
Gone.
I don't know, because the Patriots were the road team last year against the Rams, so it's definitely not a year. But yeah, and they were also the road team against the Eagles the year before, so it's definitely not.
You know what it might have been? Is it coin? Is it like coin flip? Do they flip for it?
Yes, that's a point.
I think it's possible. They might flip for it.
Or maybe they do rock, paper, scissors.
That would be, and they should televise it. They should televise it. Make it like
epic.
a 5-minute program. Rock, paper, scissors, and shoot.
Best out of 3, right?
That'd be great.
So,
do you have a food story?
Food story. I didn't get a food story because I was going to ask you guys what your favorite foods were that you ate for Super Bowl.
Did I tell you what my Super Bowl party consisted of?
I knew what you were going to get, but what did you end up actually getting? All of that?
We got all of it.
You did?
We got all of it.
So what was your favorite?
I'm not going to be... okay. I'm going to be completely honest with you. For some reason, I couldn't stop eating the soft party pack tacos from Taco Bell. I couldn't stop eating it. I had like 6. It was so bad. Like, I had so many soft tacos from Taco Bell.
All right. And how'd you feel the next day?
Well, the next day I came here, so you can ask Evan. I was unbearable.
Was he in a taco coma, Evan?
Not what I saw. I don't know.
No, I was okay. No, but the pepperoni stuffed garlic knots were phenomenal. The wings we got were great. And I mean great. So, I don't know. I enjoyed the Super Bowl and my Super Bowl party quite a bit. I had a lot of fun.
And what was your favorite food, Evan?
Cookies.
Actually, we made tacos. We made homemade tacos with the
more tacos.
It was really good. I had like a little buffet in it, so cheese, sour cream, rice, and everything. Oh, it was good. I had 3 of them. Then I had a taco salad after that. That was really good.
We went all in with the tacos.
Piggies in a blanket too, are in there. Tacos, piggies in a blanket, chicken wings, chips. Yeah, we had the basic one. We had the usual, but the tacos were really good. We made pizza. We went all out.
You went all out. Nice.
All right, that's the news. Monica Ray, Big J journalist on a Tuesday. Woo! Tuesday. Beep, beep. All right. Here we go. What are the chances played every single Tuesday? Here we go.
So we'll get right to it. What are the chances the Chiefs get back to the Super Bowl next year?
I'm going to give it like a 25% chance. I don't think it's likely. I'm not a huge fan of betting on teams to repeat or go back to the Super Bowl. I just am not. Okay, the Patriots have been able to do it a bunch of times, but nobody else really does. I would bet on I don't know who it would be, but I would bet on another team getting to the Super Bowl next year through the AFC. Even though I think the Chiefs are going to make a strong push, I just don't like the chances. There's the NFL's the ultimate parity league. I would not vote on the Chiefs right now.
What are the chances the 49ers get back to the Super Bowl next year?
I don't think it's likely. I'm going to say like 10%. I think there's a chance the 49ers miss the playoffs next year. I don't even think they're going to win the division. I think as of right now, the favorite to win the division would probably be Seattle. But again, San Francisco is such a good, well-rounded football team. They're so well coached. It's just, again, the NFC is so much tougher. They play in a really tough division. I think every team in their division is going to get better next year. I don't know. I feel like the Niners just have a tougher road to get there. So I'm going to say like 10% for the 49ers.
Lamar wins the MVP next year. What are the chances?
I don't think it happens. I'm going to say 10% again. I think Patrick Mahomes is probably the early favorite to win MVP next year. And Lamar Jackson has a thing where I don't know. I don't think he's going to lead the league in touchdown passes again. I don't think he's going to run for 1,200 yards again. I think he's going to take a little bit of a step back next year as far as production. But again, I'm going to get into a thing on him tomorrow, but because people are going to start jumping off on him, and it makes no sense to me. But no, I don't think Lamar Jackson wins MVP. I'm going to say 10%.
What are the chances the Boston Red Sox give Mookie Betts his 12-year, $420 million contract? They decide to up the offer and give him his deal that he wants.
0. That's not going to happen. They're not going to give him over $400 million because nobody's going to trade for $400 million. Okay, if they commit that much money to Mookie Betts, you're basically saying, all right, we're keeping him.
What are the chances the Grizzlies don't trade Andre Iguodala and Iguodala ends up sitting out the entire year?
I think that's likely. I'm going to say 75%. I really do think that Andre Iguodala could not play this year because I don't know who's going to trade for him. Okay, we all know that he's not going to play for the Grizzlies, and why would anybody give any serious assets to get Andre Iguodala? It makes no sense. You know, like, he's not going to play for you. Why don't you just buy him out and give him to me? Here, I'll give you a second-round pick in 2025. Like, it makes no sense. The Grizzlies should just they should just buy him out, or whatever trade offer comes their way, they should just take it. Get something for him. It makes no sense.
The Oakland Raiders signed Tom Brady if he hits the open market as a free agent.
No.
Las Vegas Raiders.
He's not going to go there.
20%. Not a chance. I think he'd either go to the Chargers or Indianapolis, and I would lean towards the Chargers, but I really don't think he's leaving New England. So I'm going to say 20% if he does leave.
I'm going to have to staple Las Vegas Raiders into my head from now on and say I'm going to keep saying Oakland. So every time I say Oakland,
they've been the Oakland Raiders forever.
From now on, every time I say Oakland Raiders, I'm going to hit myself in the forehead, like a little pat on the forehead like that. Knicks hire Masai Ujiri.
0. Not happening. He's not going to leave Toronto, and I don't think he'd want to go work for the Knicks.
All right, last one. The Atlanta Falcons said yesterday that they will not sign Vic Beasley to a contract extension. So Vic Beasley will join the open market free agency with pass rushers like Yannick Ngakoue. So Vic Beasley, after 8.5 sacks this past year, will sign a contract in the salary range of $12 to $15 million.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I'm going to say like 80%. I think they're going to go after. I think teams are going to be going after Vic Beasley. They're not going to break the bank for him, but they're going to sign him like a number 2 pass rusher. They're probably going to give him $13, $14 million a year. And again, if you're a team, even if you're a team like the Cowboys, if you're a team like the Ravens, you got to go after a guy like Vic Beasley. It makes all the sense in the world to get a pass rusher like that for that cheap. All right, there we go.
And that's that.
That's What Are the Chances. We do it every single Tuesday. Monica Ray, Big J journalist. Evan Mazza, my producer. I'm Mike Guido. This is the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. We'll be back tomorrow. Meep. We'll see you.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.